What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Bugs' DCS cruise. For this one, I got a new module for you guys. I left it up to you guys to see what you wanted to see next come to the channel into the hangar. And the answer was the Ka-50 Black Shark. So that's what we got. We're going to go fly her around, see how she can handle. She's a pretty cool helicopter. The coaxial rotors are something totally different than what I'm used to, as opposed to the Huey or the OH6 or something like that, but this should be interesting. So what we're going to do is we're going to unpause. We'll make sure everything's the way it's supposed to be. We'll take her up, fly around a little bit, just get a feel for her, and then once we are comfortable, we will take her up and put some weapons on her and see what happens. So, without any further ado, let's jump into the Ka-50 and see what she's all about. Alright, let's keep our power up. Let's see what she looks like from the outside. Interesting. Very cool looking helicopter. Very cool looking helicopter, I'm not gonna lie. There's just something about the look of that. I like it. Alright. Let's get back into the cockpit. Alright, guys. This is the first time flying this thing. I don't know what to expect from it, but we're about to find out. So, everything looks good. Oh, there, the temperature gauge is over here. Okay, very cool. Okay. Don't touch that handle, Bugs, if you can help it. Anything striped, I'm not going to be playing with. Alright, well, nothing left to do, guys, but to fly it. So, let's see what happens. Alright, here we go. Up we go. Alright, here we go, guys. Our first flight in the Ka-50 Black Shark. Gears coming. She's a little different than what I'm used to.
Lower gear. Lower gear.
Нет. Whoa, what the hell?
Lower gear. Lower gear.
Нет. We're going flying. Alright, this thing's a lot different than what I'm used to. Wow. Okay. It's gonna take a little while to get used to this, I have the feeling. Flies pretty good. Let's kick her around. Oh yeah, she spins around real quick. Alright. Let's check something really quick, guys, because I really do not like how the joystick is responding. I did just set a rough curvature for it, but let's see here. All right, we're not going to worry about that. We want our pitch and our roll of these two. Okay. Axis tune. All right, so we're on a 15, positive 15 curve. Let's drop it down to 5. Oops. Come on, bugs. All right, there we go. There's a positive 5 for that. And let's do the same thing for our roll. Let's go positive 5 for that. Okay. All right, let's try that. Let's see what happens with that, guys. It is a little unruly the way I had it with the 15. Normally I have a positive 10 curvature for the pitch and roll on a helicopter, but this is totally new, so we'll start from 15 and we'll work it from there. So let's try this again. Yeah, it feels a lot better already. Alright, she is a little bit more rudder intensive or rudder demanding than anything else. Let's see if we can get off the airbase property. I'll get you guys a nice little flyby of the Black Shark. Let's see what we can do here. I just don't want to crash into the ground. This thing is definitely unruly. But yet again, this is the first time I'm actually ever flying this thing, so... Alright, there we go. A lot better. Alright, let's get a quick flyby view, and then we'll get back into the cockpit. The coaxial rotors are pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. Alright, let's see how maneuverable this thing actually can be. Let's get a little bit of altitude. And then we'll start flipping it around a little bit. We'll do a couple of snap turns with the pedals, and we'll see what the old Ka-50 can do. Seems like a pretty cool helicopter so far. Just wants to get used to the flight characteristics of it. It seems like it's a pretty cool chopper. Old school Soviet Russian technology. I love it. Totally love it. Alright, let's snap this thing to the left. Alright, so she can be a little quick to come around. You just gotta be careful with it. Okay. She didn't like that too much, but she did it. Alright. Let's see how low we can get down over here. Let's see, guys. Let's see if we can put this thing down right in this little alleyway over here. Gears down and locked. Okay, good. Let's hopefully make sure we have our nose gear down, which we do. Yeah, she's pretty agile, I'll give it that. And I have fought this numerous times on the Virpal servers, so I know what she's capable of. This is the first time actually flying it, though, so... Let's just stabilize her out a little bit. Alright, there we go. Ah, cool. That works. Let's touch her down here for a second. Where is our fuel gauge in this? There's our blade angle. Alright. I don't know where our fuel gauge is, guys. Alright, that's okay. Honestly, I'm really not too worried about it with this. The helicopters are pretty good on fuel in this, so I'm not too concerned. Alright, so far, I'm liking this. She's very maneuverable, very agile. Let's go see what we could do. This takeoff's going to be a little different because we're going to be going short into the buildings this way off our nose, so we'll see what happens with that. We'll fly around a little bit more and then we'll bring her home and we'll go from there. So let's get back up in the air, get back upstairs, whatever you guys want to call it, and we'll see what happens. coming. And gears up. Alright, here we go. She's really not that bad, honestly. I do like the feel of it so far. Here we go. Now we're getting some. Now I'm starting to see how the flight controls work on this. Let's try and get another little flyby view of her. She is a good looking helicopter. I'm not gonna lie. The visibility out of it, questionable. But the maneuverability, totally different. Yeah, she can turn around real quick, real easy. This was a good vote, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty happy that you guys voted for the Ka-50 over anything else that I put up, to be honest. I have been wanting the Ka-50 for quite a while, but now we have her, and I'm happy that we do. I can figure out what the hell's going on with that. We'll be alright, but it'll look good. Alright, we'll see if we can come in for a nice landing. I do like the way this thing flies. It's pretty stable. Very maneuverable, very agile. I do have to go in and set a few more curvatures on the controls the right way, but that was a good start. Right now we're rocking a positive 5 curve on our pitch and roll, but we're still rocking the positive 15 for our rudder pedals. So we'll go in, we'll check that out, we'll see what we can change, what we can make better. I am going to look into a little bit more about the Black Shark and how it flies. So each airplane and airframe is different that we have here in DCS, so alright, here we go. Gears coming. Alright, 3 down unlocked. Here we go. down quite a bit. Alright, here we go. Alright, here we go, guys. Nice and gentle down. There we go. And we're home. Alright, let's get her off the taxiway. Let's go park her right over here. Just because I don't know how this thing works exactly yet. Yeah, she's a little, okay. Okay, I'm starting to see what's going on here. Not too bad. Alright, so the Black Shark's really, the Ka-50 is really not terrible to get a hold of. And I am flying the Ka-50 or the Ka-50 version 3. So it's the updated one, the upgraded one. I like it. This is pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty cool. Yeah, even on the ground, she is super maneuverable. Look at this. Wow. How you can swing the nose around. This is... okay. And I don't know if that probe up front is an air-to-air refueling probe or if that's our pitot tube, but either which way. If it's the refueling probe, then we can work with that. Alright, here we go, guys. Back home where we took off from. I do not... Here we go. So cool, the coaxial rotors on the Ka-50. Such a cool concept. Alright guys, well, that'll do it for that. That's our first flight and our first time ever flying the Ka-50 Black Shark. This is the version 3 of it, the most updated version of it in DCS. It is a pretty cool helicopter, I'm not gonna lie. It's a lot different than what I'm used to with a helicopter, but I can totally get behind this. A lot more to come with the Ka-50. It'll be a little bit before I take it into a Verpal duel, but you guys are gonna see a lot more of this coming on the channel soon. So we got the fan flight out of the way. Next up is we're going to learn a little bit about the weapon system or systems on it, and then we'll take that upstairs, and we'll see what we could do with that. But until then, thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe for more. And until the next sortie, strap in, arm up the seat, and keep flying.